Welcome, friends. Greetings. Namaste. We are doing a Friday webinar on the affirmations for self healing. My name is Brahmachari Vineet, and with me is Brahmachari Jemal. And this week's topic is on immortality. So, let me begin by the reading. We'll do the affirmation together, and then Brahmachari Jemal will share with us on this topic. Immortality. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts, your desires, your changing personality. Your body has a certain age, but you yourself have no age. Your body may tire or become unwell, but you yourself, the fatigueless soul, cannot tire, can never know disease. Tell yourself always, I am a child of eternity. Don't be identified with your outward form, nor with change, but live in timelessness. It is our identity with change that creates the illusion of passing time. Feel that through all outward changes, you, the immortal soul, remain the same. Death itself will be but one more change. Be not identified with it. Then, when death comes, you shall rise in eternal freedom. Now, let's do the affirmation together. First, out loud, repeat after me. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now, in a normal voice, I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now, in a whisper, I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now, mentally taking to the subconscious mind, I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now, one last time, mentally bringing your attention to the point between the eyebrows, taking this affirmation deep into the superconscious mind. Concentrate on these words, affirm their reality within your own being. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now, mentally praying, wherever my body travels outwardly, let me feel thy changeless presence within. Wherever my thoughts take me, let them return always, like prodigal children, to find repose in thee. Now, I'd like to invite Brahmachari Jemal to share on the topic of immortality.
Good evening, friends. This is actually one of my favorite topics, immortality, because the great ones tell us again and again that we are immortal. And we look in the mirror and we say, are wrinkles coming? Is that a gray hair? Am I really immortal? Why do they keep saying that I'm immortal? Everywhere I look around me, people die, people get older. It seems that, you yourself, your physical body's getting older. And so, but because the great ones say it again and again, it makes us begin to think about it, that everything else they say is true. So this too must be true, but we think, I must be missing something here. What are they talking about? And so the first stage of this understanding is, okay, that I'm not this physical body. But that sort of feels like cheating because, I mean, okay, I'm not this physical body, so, but then how am I really immortal? It just means that I'm going to die, but that I don't really die, but I don't really know that I don't really die. until I die. And that kind of doesn't seem right. But as we go in meditation, we start to, I probably shouldn't talk about that too much, but just be able to know that the words that they're saying are true. Let me talk about it this way. The way that Master said is that he said that deathlessness or breathlessness is deathlessness. And so as we go deeper in meditation and the breath begins to calm down, certain realities begin to open up, and we begin to experience that we are not this physical body. And once we begin to get even little glimpses of that there is something beyond this physical world, well, now we become like me, that we get excited about this. Hey, something more is going on rather than I'm just this physical body. And then we want to start to go deeper and deeper into this. Today, when I was meditating, I I realize it all the time, but it's a matter of going deeper into this, that until I conquer the breath, that I won't really be able to become what I want to become. Now, do I want to become immortal? I guess, but what I'm really seeking is joy, and a type of joy that never changes. And so I won't be able to have that joy that never changes until I can go beyond these currents that are constantly going up and down. Those currents cause the breath, but those currents also are making me think, ah, I really like this. Ooh, I really don't like that. It's really, the temperature's right. Oh, the temperature's really wrong. And even as we start to grow as yogis and we kind of begin to neutralize these currents, as we sit in meditation, we still realize our mind is fluctuating, our heart is fluctuating. These darn currents, they just keep moving, and we want to get them more and more into equilibrium. And when we can go super deep into that, then we can begin to even start to contemplate things that are in this reading about understanding that time doesn't exist, that we are immortal, and not to be identified with change. But to simply sit around and think about these things, it might be the first step, but it doesn't take us all the way to where we want to go. That we have to sit down in meditation, we have to learn to calm our minds, and we have to learn to experience higher truths, that we are the energy that animates this body. If we even begin to experience that a little bit, then this is a little off topic, but Master would say, how can electricity get sick? Electricity can't get sick. And he was saying that about your astral body. Your astral body can't get sick. It's almost immortal. It's not 100% immortal, because one day too you will shed that body and go to even finer bodies. But for us today, that's a little, I think, too far beyond. But for us to think that, okay, electricity can't get sick, my astral body can't get sick, more or less, my astral body continues on forever and ever. And how do I get to understand that more? How do I get to understand that body more? How do I get to understand that world more? And very interestingly, that world is what we have to pass through in order to go into Christ consciousness and Krishna consciousness. Now, I said very interestingly because every week, I hope you've been with us all year, that we've been doing these affirmations. We do them out loud, then we do them quietly. Then we say, let's mentally take this into the subconscious mind. That's the portal. We have to cross through that in order to go into timelessness, in order to go into Christ consciousness. And so that's one way of looking at it. We can look at it in the way of how do we use our minds to withdraw our mind first out loud on this periphery of this out loud world and bring it more and more inside. We use Kriya Yoga to do the same thing, to take our consciousness from this physical body and to help this physical body sit still, help the breath get calm, help the currents that cause the breath get calm, help the mind get calm, so that then we can withdraw in to the subconscious, which is the astral world. And then now we don't want to go subconscious and then boom, let the energy drop and fall asleep. That's not what it's about. That what it's about is realizing, okay, There's the subconscious mind. I understand it. I'm in control of that also. There's the conscious mind. I understand it. I'm in control of that also. And there's the line right in between, and that's the superconscious mind, and that's eternity. And that's where we're all trying to go. Um, so we could approach this from a Gyan Yogi point of view and just realize that this is what we truly are. But here's an interesting thing is maybe karma yoga is not only about us getting out there and sending more emails and more WhatsApp messages and telling our friends about how great this is. That's a part. We have to share this message. It's part of it. But maybe also karma yoga is also this action, this inner action of Kriya Yoga, of learning to control these currents, of learning to control our mind, of learning to become very, very peaceful at will and go into these deeper states of perception, of consciousness, of realization, of realizing that we are immortal. Can you imagine if you really felt it? If these weren't just words that I were saying to you, but you really, really felt that you were immortal? You'd have nothing to worry about anymore. Death? No, can't touch you. Doesn't matter. Pain and suffering? Okay, maybe. Nobody wants to live a life of eternity in pain and suffering. But with immortality also comes wisdom. And that wisdom lets us know that we want to live a life of joy. And the masters come to show us that this realization comes right along with understanding how to live a life of joy. And just one more thing here is that when we are in a state of joy, it seems that time goes so fast that oh, it's gone. I could have stayed here forever, but that was so much fun that okay, we'll have to come back to it. And when things are not going so well and we're suffering, it seems like oh, this is dragging on and on. It seems like an eternal hell. But God has made this whole show so that as we realize that time is really a dream, that we also realize how to live more and more in the eternal moment, how to live more and more in a state of joy, and how to live more and more with the consciousness that we are eternal beings. What I'm getting at here is that Sat, Chit, Anand, all three of those go together. That you don't want eternity unless there's bliss with it. And you don't even want bliss in eternity unless there's understanding, wisdom, higher consciousness. And you can approach Satchidanand through any one of those channels. For me, I really want bliss. I want to be happy all the time. But as I start to go more and more into that, the other two doors there open up of eternity and of omniscience, of an expanded consciousness that absolutely embraces everything. You know, the spiritual path's so much fun because each one of us gets to approach it in our own unique way. And then slowly, as we go in our unique way towards God, all understanding opens up to us. And we can see and understand it all. We understand how the whole entire picture comes together just through very, very simple truths of wanting to withdraw our consciousness at will from this outer periphery and take it more and more deeper inside and up into higher and higher states of bliss. It's that simple. So it's a joy to be practicing yoga with you together and talking about these things. And now let's hear what Vineet has to say on this
Thank you, Jamal. I was really looking forward to listening to Jamal, so that was fun. Thank you so much for sharing. So, now for the next 8 to 10 minutes, I'll be speaking about immortality. I mean, come on, 8 to 10 minutes and talk about immortality. What a paradox. But anyways, I was thinking about like Jamal was saying, we all get to see and see immortality from our own perspective, from our own unique standpoint. And I wanted to see or at least discuss about immortality, about how it can be in our day-to-day life. Like I was getting late for this webinar a bit and I had to rush and say, oh, 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more. And at that point, you don't think of timelessness, you don't think of changelessness. It's just like, I have to get that done. But then at the same time, we also are at least theoretically aware that we are immortal beings things, and it's all timeless. And at the end, it all, you know, is a grand zero, that all the pluses and minuses, end up becoming a grand zero. And so, how do we, bridge that balance of this day-to-day, conundrum, one might say, and then on the other hand, that Satchit Anandam, which Master Yogananda ji told us about ever existing, ever conscious, ever new bliss. One thing which I really enjoyed during this week, because at the monastery we do this affirmation every single day, every morning, and I would encourage you to, take this affirmation. And one thing which was different for me this week was, not only did I take the affirmation, but I tried to tune into, like, okay, I'm immortal. How would it be? And especially during times of meditation, I would really try to meditate on immortality, that I'm not this body, I'm the soul. If you have learned the Hong Sau technique of meditation, which Yogananda ji taught, what does the mantra Hong Sau mean? I am He, I am the spirit. I am what? I am the changeless spirit. And the more I was able to identify myself with that, changeless being, that changeless spirit, I was finding it easier to bridge that gap in my day-to-day life. And then there came a point where it was like, okay, this is a challenge for now, but in the long run everything works out. Every plus has to be compensated with a minus. As Swamiji said, every wave has to be compensated by a trough, and an equally deep trough. It's not like, one. Sometimes, we think, if we are joyful, if we can just sustain that outward joy. I don't mean inner joy, but yeah, life is good if it can just be that way. But guess what? Karmic bombs come up, and we can't retain that joy. One other thing I found helpful is, this is something which Swami Kriyananda ji recommended, and which I do from time to time while taking a shower or while bathing. That when I'm, rubbing my body, and he suggests that don't think of this body as yours, and that you are the soul and you are immortal. And so I do that from time to time, and I feel, yeah, this body is just temporary. It'll get old. I'll shed the body. I'll take a new body later on, and things keep moving around. But I am beneath that. We sleep, we wake up. Can we say that we were dead when we slept? No, we were pretty much there, but were we aware? Not really. So there is a part of us which we need to tune in, on deeper and deeper levels. Jemal was sharing about, super consciousness, how we take affirmations to our superconscious mind. I think I'm paraphrasing Paramahansa Yoganandaji, but he said, "True immortality lies in superconsciousness alone." So that is where our goal is. That is where we want to go. You can think of this life as a motion picture, and this is an image sometimes Yogananda ji would give. Is that there is light, there is shadow. When you are watching a movie, it's so engrossing. It is just like, oh, this villain, and he's doing this evil thing, and the hero rises up and makes it happen, and it's engaging. And that is the way this world is. That is the way this Maya is. But at the same time, if we were to look, if you went to a movie theater, and if you were to look at the projection of that light, it's just that one single light which is creating that light and shadow. And our goal is to get into that point of super consciousness where we can recognize that we are that light. And then this light and shadow will be nothing but entertainment and education, as Paramahansa Yogananda ji said. And then we don't have to be too involved with it. We can do our duties, we can do whatever we have to do, but we don't have to be too engaged with it. The more we associate ourselves with that changeless spirit. So try during the next week more and more to associate yourself with being the fact that yes, I'm immortal. In your meditations, in your day-to-day activities, in your affirmations, and you will find a lot of difference, not only in terms of your spiritual growth, but even in your day-to-day things. You'll think like, yeah, of course, things are not meant to be good always, and things will change into better or bad one way or the other. So, what is my association with? It is on my inner consciousness. What am I on the deep inside? If you've studied the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, in other words, we don't want to be caught up with the Ida and Pingala in terms of what Jamal was sharing about. Oh, guess what? I get an ice cream, and then guess what? This bad thing happened. And the more we are into this up and down, and this is not to say that we are cold, and sometimes people associate being immortal and being yogis as, I don't feel anything. No, we are trying to feel, but on a deeper level and on a blissful level. Sat Chit Ananda. What did Yogananda ji say that or translate that as? Ever existing, ever conscious, ever new bliss. And sometimes we can think of immortality as like, here's the thing. During Yogananda ji's time, there were many people, who would claim themselves as being immortal, and he would say, just observe them, just learn by seeing them. That is their hair falling? Are there wrinkles on their face? Is their skin? Just look for signs, obvious signs, and you will know that they are not immortal. And similarly, we are not looking here for physical immortality. And I mean, come on, what a bore it would be if we were to be immortal in this physical body. I don't want to be stuck in this body at least. It's just, it's like being in the prison for eternity, and we don't want that. We want to be free of this cage. And the more we can identify with our inner being, the more it will be easier to get out of this ego association. Swami Kriyananda ji, in defining ego, sometimes he called it as a bundle of self-definition. I'm a male, I'm a female, I was born in India, oh, I'm an American, I like this, I don't like this. And the more we can get rid of those self definitions, the more we will find it's easier and easier to associate ourselves with that immortal being. And as it says in the affirmation, I am affirm, he says, I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. And I mean, how could we be a child of eternity? And how could, in one way, not be? The more we are identified with this world, the more we are identified with the ups and downs of life, the more it may not be a child of eternity, but the more we associate deeper and deeper in our meditations, in our daily life, the more it is easier to say that yes, there is a part of me which is made of eternity. And you might hear people say that change is the only constant. This world is meant to change. Yeah, this world is meant to change, and I'm glad it's meant to change because it reminds us of where we are meant to go and where our true hope truly lies. So, with that, I would like to pass on to Brahmachari Jemal to if he has any further thoughts to add on to, and then finish with the affirmation.
Just one thought that's coming is I'm also fascinated, I have been, I don't know for how long, of just is there a place within me that would never change, that never changes? And I know theoretically that the answer is yes. And for me, it's also something that drives me forward every day in meditation. Okay, how much deeper can I go into that place that never has changed, that never will change? There's a part of me that says, even when I was a little child, I'm pretty much still the same. I mean, yes, I've grown up and developed and all that, of course, but still there's some part that I don't know that doesn't identify with this body, or even I don't know. I'm sure we all have different emotions at different ages as we grow up, but even all of that, that's just not who I am. And it's kind of a fun game to play to see, can we find this space on the inside that has never changed and never will change. And so, anyway, this has been a fun topic. So let's take Swamiji's consciousness again and let's listen to the reading. And then we'll take this deep into our own consciousness and transform ourselves with this affirmation. So here we go. So listen to this reading. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts, your desires, your changing personality. Your body has a certain age, but you, yourself, have no age. Your body may tire or become unwell, but you, yourself, the fatigueless soul, cannot tire, can never know disease. Tell yourself always, I am a child of eternity. Don't be identified with your outward form, nor with change, but live in timelessness. It is our identity with change that creates the illusion of passing time. Feel that through all outward changes, you, the immortal soul, remain the same. Death itself will be but one more change. Be not identified with it. Then, when death comes, you shall rise in eternal freedom. So let's do the affirmation together. We'll do it a few times in a loud and strong voice. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now let's do it in a normal voice. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. One more time in a normal voice. I'm a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. And now let's do this in a whisper. I'm a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am deathless. I am ageless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. One more time in a whisper. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now let's do mentally, taking into our subconscious mind. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Again, let's repeat a few times, focusing at the spiritual eye, taking it deep into the superconscious. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. And now listen to Swamiji's prayer. We'll close with this. Wherever my body travels outwardly, let me feel thy changeless presence within. Wherever my thoughts take me, let them return always, like prodigal children, to find repose in thee. Thank you all. It's been a great evening together.